Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for Season 2, Episode 12 of Campus Gridiron. Glad to have you on board. Week 11 is about to get underway this week in the college football landscape, and we have a lot of exciting matchups to recap from last week and to preview this week. Lennon, it was an upset-heavy week last week. 3 upsets that we will mainly get into, but all I gotta say is this top 15 is some of the most crazy that you've seen in probably a very long time, and very interesting how this year is the year we are going to begin the 12-team playoff. But yeah, last week was amazing outside the Gators game, but other than that, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was. And we have Indiana ranked ahead of Alabama in football. I don't think that's ever happened. So what a crazy season. And I'm excited for these playoff games as we get closer to the end of the season, which I'm kind of sad about. I only have 2 Gator games left, and that's LSU and Ole Miss, and LSU next week and then Ole Miss. So, but, I'm ready for it. Can't wait to lose out. But, we're here. We're ready. But, yeah, it's going to be – I'm excited for the playoffs for sure. That's going to be – those predictions are going to be really fun to do.
This is something that we haven't done for the first, 11 episodes. Why don't we just quickly talk about the top 25? Oh, I don't know. Instead of saying, is this team ranked here or there? Let's just pull it up so we don't sound like absolute goofballs. Oregon still comes in ranked as number 1, Georgia 2. Ohio State with their win, they jump up to 3. Penn State drops to 6. With their loss, Indiana ranked at 10th. BYU, the surprise of the season, ranked in at 9th. Boise State won convincingly last Friday. They jump up from around 16 to 12. And then SMU with their dominating win over Penn State. We'll get to that, over Pittsburgh. They jump up from 19 to 13. Pitt drops down to 23. And Vanderbilt and Louisville both back into the top 25. They were top 25 teams earlier on in the season, but have since kind of struggled. Vanderbilt back, winning 2 out of 3, losing 1 possession game to Texas. They come in 24. Louisville off the upset to Clemson, now ranked 25th. They were the runner-up in the ACC championship game last year. All right, on to the game recaps. And, well, we all, I guess besides Drew, we all saw this one coming. The reason why last week's episode was named The Buckeye Never Dies was for a reason. They don't die. They constantly destroy Penn State. Doesn't matter, especially in Happy Valley. And, this was a terrible performance. Really, it was. Will Howard was a game manager. I hate throwing that term around, but he really didn't look good, Mike. But through 2 touchdowns, he got stops from his defense, and they got the win.
Something that I will say that I'll disagree with Grant here a little bit, but to me, in that game, he was a game manager, but he was such a good game manager that it turned him into a game changer.
Yeah, that I watched that game too. I got excited because Penn State was up 10-0 early. I went to go my family got back with the groceries. I went to help them put the groceries away. I come back and Ohio State's in the lead. So, Penn State can't beat Ohio State. They just can't. They can't. I don't know. James Franklin just cannot beat Michigan nor Ohio State. And it's been like that for 8 years. It's just comical at this point. They've been close, 20-13. It was a close game, but they just can't beat the Buckeyes for whatever reason. So we'll see.
And it's interesting because Penn State gets the early pick 6. They jump up 10-0. And you're telling me they only kick a field goal the rest of the game from the midway point of the first quarter onward? As we stated last week, our big thing was Ohio State has a top 5 defense in the nation. And they showed that throughout the second half. Now, Drew Aller, for those who remember the first freaking episode of this season, I said, goodness God, both of my Heisman Trophy predictions have been brutal. I said if it wasn't Jackson Dart, it was going to be Drew Aller. This game just killed that prediction. Because Jesus, Beck did not play great, Howard did not play great. Carson Beck didn't play great either. We'll talk about that when we talk about that. But this was the first game where I really felt disappointed in Drew Aller all year. This was his game. This was Penn State's game to establish themselves as a top 3 team. Couldn't do it. You're at home. Leads me to believe this game is more of a blowout if it's in Ohio State, unfortunately. That's what happens when you can't break a reputation. And now the rest, the Big Ten is laughing at you because you're like, you can't beat the big dogs still. Which is unfortunate, man. I was thinking that there was a potential shot that Penn State could buck the trend. They cannot. And speaking of not bucking trends, Florida's trying to end, a 4-year losing streak now against Georgia? Something like that. The last time they won was 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Travis.
I was there.
You were there?
Yeah, I've gone to every game since 2020 except for last week.
And you probably don't regret that at all because it was promising. And as you see in now my new intro that we included Mike, DJ Lagway had a great first 2 drives. And then he got injured. And, you're not going to beat the number 2 team in the country. Number 4 team in the country. Wait, are they 2 or 4? They are 2. I thought I was tripping for a second. I got them and Ohio State mixed up. Yeah. So, Georgia, you're not going to beat the second best team in the country without your starter or your backup. I'm going to say this right now. Mertz starts, Florida wins, definitely. Lagway starts or completes the game. Very good chance Florida stays intact. Now, it was close until about 5 minutes left. Carson Beck threw 3 interceptions, 2 of which gave Florida instant amazing field position. And that's the other thing, too, Lennon, is Trace Mack was kicking a lot of field goals, and that's kind of been the issue for the Gators in the red zone this year in general, is they can't capitalize on those drives.
I'm just used to it, man. Like, I knew we were going to lose, or I had a feeling we were going to lose. I just didn't want to get blown out, and we didn't get blown out. I don't like to play the coulda, woulda, shoulda game, but I'm going to. If Mertz didn't get hurt against Tennessee, we hold on and beat Tennessee. If Lagway doesn't get hurt for Georgia, we hold on and beat Georgia. It's the truth. But, Georgia's the number 2 team for a reason. They're good, and they outplayed our offense. Just couldn't – our defense kept us in it till they didn't, and Georgia was able to get fixed. But I don't like moral victories, but we've had 2 in the last 3 weeks. So and then we get to go play number 5 Texas in Austin. So let's have fun with that one. It's just, man, you know what? I'm looking forward to next year. We'll be – fresh start. Lagway will be ready. Hopefully Napier can bring in some good, better players on defense, and we'll be ready to go. But let's just finish out Texas, LSU, and Ole Miss, and then have our fun whooping Florida State. But
I do think even if Aiden Warner is the starter in 3 weeks, I'm sorry to Florida State. Florida's going to win that game, no question.
Our luck, we make theirs, we lose. But you know what? We're not even going to think about that. We got to lock in and focus on number 5 Texas this week, which I think will be a very good game. I've had this game circled on my calendar since they dropped the schedule, and we'll get into that.
One of the games we will be talking about today, Warner last week, 7 for 22, 66 yards, and a pick. Started off slow, got better near the fourth quarter, but
he led that touchdown drive with Jackson, the running back. But that was He did good. He rookie, man. I mean, you can't. I'm not mad at him. I mean, he got thrown into a situation he wasn't expecting, and he did good. We were in the game. We were down to like 4 minutes left in the fourth, and Georgia started to pull. Like that missed field or that bad snap on the field goal attempt really hurt us too. But
that guy currently listed as questionable for next week as well.
Or tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess now, still no update. He's still questionable.
Yeah, he's still questionable from my latest injury report.
That's not good. Moving on to what did I say? What did I say last week? Lennon picking the Panther.
Hey, I
Ride Mustang. Now ranked one spot out of a playoff spot. That is how you do it. Leading 28-0 at halftime is how you win a football game. That is exactly how you do it. And Rashard Smith, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns. It was a flawless victory for the Mustangs. SMU clearly, I mean, we were joking last week. SMU, they didn't have home field advantage, really. It's a small the stadium pulse was at 100 at kickoff. That crowd was revved up. They knew kind of the trajectory of both teams' seasons relied on this game. SMU showed up, Pitt did not. I'm going to tell you why Pitt did not show up. It's because they've been playing very weak opponents, and when they finally met a team just as hungry as them, they failed.
SMU, I mean, ACC championship game against Miami, I think they're the one to do it.
Ooh.
All depends on what Clemson's going to do, but as of right now, it's SMU and
Clemson's loss to Louisville hurt Clemson a lot.
Yeah,
in the ACC.
they are 19th now in the state, not state, the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And I slept on SMU. I literally only picked the Panthers because my high school mascot was the Panthers. Like I really didn't reason behind that game. So now I know, even though my high school football team's 9-1 and just won the district championship, I had to shout that out there. I'm sorry, but SMU looks really good. I did watch a little bit of that game, and the Mustangs looked really good, and I guess I was wrong. I'm now down 4 to Grant. I'm probably going to be down by 6 after this one's over. But
by the way, somehow, some way, Mike got the perfect week. Crazy.
Did he really? Oh yeah, because he picked South Carolina.
Because he picked South Carolina over Texas A&M, so we got the perfect week. Lucky
and A&M just lost their best player for the rest of the season too. So that's
no more Le'Veon Moss. So wasn't it nice when I was hyping this man up? Wasn't it nice when I was spending the last 2 weeks hyping up Le'Veon Moss just for him to now miss the rest of the year? Man, it's like, come on. And clearly that injury clearly stifled the Aggies because 44-20, this very potent defense got killed by Raheem Sanders, who rushed for $144 and 2 touchdowns.
This game was 20-20 going into the fourth quarter, by the way.
Yes, it was.
I was so surprised. I watched the highlights of this game, though. I didn't watch the game live. I was like, wait, what? I said, it's 20-20. How did South Carolina score 50-40 for whatever they scored? Holy crap. That was just something about A&M beat LSU wearing all black the week before. South Carolina got revenge on A&M wearing, I guess the all black is the key, and Boise State has all black this week, so the Broncos are definitely going to win if my logic is correct. But South Carolina is such a streaky team. They honestly speaking, they should have more wins than what their record says. Like they've been in a lot. They could have beat LSU, and who else did they lose to? Alabama.
Alabama, yeah, I was about to say that. That's their biggest outlier.
That is like
they're a good, and they got Vanderbilt this week. The Vandy, South Carolina is going to be a very sneaky good game this weekend. Mm-hmm. You keep an eye on that one. But hey, South Carolina, man, they making things interesting. I'm telling you guys, the SEC has been beating up on each other. That's how good this conference is, and the SEC is gonna be weak leading into the playoffs. So that's gonna be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you're the best conference in the world. You guys just beat up on each other. So it's
a lot
true.
of chatter
It's
coming
true.
from two
It's
guys
true.
who watch the ACC. Yeah.
Not, bro. No, not even. ACC is like. Dude,
What I know. I'm saying that's a lot of. I said, yeah.
Dude,
That's what I meant because we both primarily watch the ACC.
Dude, no, it's
That's
SEC.
obviously the best conference, guys.
It's SEC, Big Ten, used to be Pac-12, ACC. So lay down.
Used to be Pac-12, and then ACC is crazy.
But yeah, South Carolina, man, the Gamecocks, man, they're scary good. They're gonna be if they return everybody back next year, they're gonna be scary. I think Vandy's gonna be scary next year too.
Yeah, half the
once they get everything together.
Half the reason I picked South Carolina was because of that Bama game. They wanted a chance to prove themselves, and they saw it again at Texas A&M, and they took advantage of it.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter came, that defense was like, "Holy shit, it's tied. We have a chance to prove ourselves again. Let's not fuck it up."
And they did not.
They didn't. They cooked, especially in that fourth quarter, 24 unanswered to win it. Now we'll just get into a couple extra upsets that happened. This was probably the biggest upset of the week. Texas Tech by a point, squeak it out against undefeated Iowa State. 23-22. Josh Kelly, have yourself a day. $127 and 2 touchdowns. And even though we won't go fully in depth on the Red Raiders versus the Buffaloes this week, I am very curious to see how that Colorado Texas Tech game plays out. So we will be talking about that one later on. But yes, now the Red Raiders go in as 6-3, and they are potentially one more win away from sneaking into the top 25.
Oh, yeah. No, I know we didn't go over this game too in detail, but I did say that Texas Tech was going to give Iowa State a fight, but I did end up picking the Cyclones. And I was right. They gave them a fight and they won, but I'm actually really excited to see Tech in Colorado tomorrow too. I want to root for the Red Raiders hard.
I think it's a night game too. Oh no, never mind. It's on at like 4:30. Never mind.
No, well, Florida plays at noon, so I'll be done and watch the night game. But I'm so sick of Colorado, so I hope the Red Raiders can shut them up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And last but not least, oh boy, Clemson. You gonna wake up sometime today, Cade Kubalik. If there was any debate of this man being a top 3 ACC quarterback, that may or may have not just gone out the window. Louisville killed them straight up. Like, Clemson was shut out at halftime. It was amazing. Cardinals now 6-3, ranked 25th for their efforts, and Clemson losing their first ACC matchup, something SMU has not done, which is why I think SMU is being ranked much highly than Clemson is at the moment. That's all I'm saying. I'm just bringing up the statistics.
No, I know, but like you named the episode right. Are you just gonna plug SMU every chance you get? Like I get
it. We talked about Ball when he had his 5 touchdown game.
That's true. We did. Nah, it's good. And SMU's good, but yeah, Louisville beat Clemson so bad they started throwing water bottles and crap at the
I did see that. That's crazy.
Which is just pathetic if you're gonna ask me, but. You know what? I'd expect nothing less from South Carolina. Anyways, sorry, it's the North Carolina in me.
North Carolina in you. I was about to say that's crazy.
Sorry. I'm biased, but I did not watch the game. In fact, I totally swept Louisville under the rug. But I guess Dabo just once again proves that the transfer portal and recruiting is important, and he doesn't hit the transfer portal at all. So maybe he'll start looking at transfers now. But who knows?
I know that was Drew's biggest complaint with
he doesn't.
Him.
He is so stuck in the old college football, which I miss the old college football where you didn't have to rely so much on the transfer portal. But now, if you don't change with the game, you're going to be stuck behind. And that's exactly why Clemson hasn't made the playoffs since 2018 or 2019. 18 or 19.
Thank that man for that, by the way. See him up on the wall? You can thank that man. You can thank that man for why Clemson was relevant for so long.
Yeah, and
man's the sole reason why Dabo Swinney still has a job.
Yeah, and don't forget your running back too. Oh, Travis Etienne was.
Oh, he can go bye-bye.
What do you think?
He can go bye-bye.
You want to get ready?
I think Louisville's relevant. Yeah. They had Jack Plummer last year.
Oh yeah, Jack Plummer. Okay.
They're historically known for their defense.
Why do you think they're relevant now? Not their defense is Lamar.
It's coaching. Oh yeah,
it's Dan Lamar, bro. The coaching.
Oh yeah.
You really ready? You're really ready to move on from Etienne? Travis Etienne literally single-handedly beat Ohio State in a national championship game.
He did.
Literally single-handedly, or in the playoff, one of those. But yeah,
and he arguably single-handedly cost the Jaguars last week. He can play his game all day long. Listen, I love Travis Etienne. He's a great player, but
yeah.
If you're just gonna take a massive halt after getting Offensive Player of the Year recognition from the NFL committee, then you're gonna come out this year and suck. Well, that's on you. Your brother's doing amazing in college.
But not really. He got hurt against Florida.
Yeah, he did. Thank goodness. Hey, we
can't say that, but yes, I agree.
On to Jersey of the Week. UTEP is the now second time they have been chosen. The first time felt a little, let's try something new. Well, I didn't know they were going to drop this as well. This is their 70s look, and they revamped it, and I love it with the orange jersey, the white lettering with the bright blue trim on both the jersey sides and the helmet. Mike, that was the thing that stuck out to you the most was the design of the helmet.
The nice little turquoise teal down the middle and then on the sides with the white surrounding it. I think it just makes it pop even more than if it was just the orange and then the blue stripe. The white just makes it even just better.
Oh yeah, those are clean, dude. And the first one, now I don't know if that's like a green screen behind them or if they actually went to like a cave or rock, whatever. But their photos for their jerseys every week have been amazing. If you check them out,
that definitely does not look like a green screen.
Yeah, they got the pickaxe. I do believe he has a pickaxe in him too, so that's pretty.
He does.
Yeah, there's a cool visual standpoint too. But those are sweet. I also do love. I mean, I'm a sucker for Carolina blue. I said so. Anything that has baby blue and white, I'm usually a fan of. But yeah, those are sweet and good for UTEP. Finally, it's not Oregon or LSU or Boise State or whoever else has won it this week. But I was hoping Florida would win it, but we don't seem to want to get fancy with the uniforms. Whatever. Anyway,
they had the All Blacks last year.
Those were clean.
That would have won it.
Except we lost
last year. That would have won it for sure.
Yeah, except we lost to Arkansas. But, it is what it is.
Yeah, we did. In overtime, right?
I was there. Yep.
I remember watching that down in Boomers, and I wanted to rip my hair out. Anyway, moving on to more Gator news. Oh, my God. And we're talking about the game against Texas. We won't shut up about Florida. Well, that's what happens when you have two hosts where the Gators are their favorite team, so be quiet. Anyways, my show, my rules. Anyways, they announced on Tuesday that Billy Napier will not be getting fired, and he will be staying for at least one more year. And this is what I love to call the one-year contract. You just you bring him back until it's officially stalled or until he goes off and Florida does really well. Now, I think part of the reason why Florida is so bad is because their strength of schedule. But that being said, they come into every year knowing they have to play teams like Georgia in a tough SEC. So my question is, and he's already done such a good job in the recruiting game, Lennon, what do you expect to see more from Billy in the transfer portal game heading into this offseason?
Well, he needs to hit the transfer portal hard this offseason because he didn't really. I mean, he got Mertz. That's probably about the biggest, and he brought Montrell Johnson Jr. with him from Louisiana. So, but other than that, he really hasn't made too big of a splash. Well, okay, he needs an offensive coordinator, please, for the love of Jesus. Get one, please. Dude, I'm telling you, I watched the Gators on Saturday and then the Giants on Sunday. It's the exact same play call, and I swear to God. It's the same 5 plays. It's run, screen pass that gets blown up on 3rd and short. It's the same thing. But forget OC.
That's great.
I am okay with this move. I'm okay with it. The team seems to buy into what he's trying to do, and that's shown. This team has hearts. They've been in every game but 2. Miami and Texas A&M were terrible, but we were in Tennessee, and we competed with number 2 Georgia. The team's bought in. If he can hit the transfer portal, get an offensive coordinator, please, for the love of God. And 1, 2, I think we got this announcement for 2 or 1. His buyout is like $26 million or $29 million. So that there was no way we could afford that. Or Scott Strickland really does believe in him, which is, I don't know. I'm willing to give him more. I'm willing to. I don't know. He's like an I don't know coach. Like he has his good moments and then he F's it up every single time. Like he just put, if the DJ Lagway seemed thrilled about the news when he posted to his Instagram story. So that makes me happy. It means that DJ's not going in.
If the team chemistry is still there, then it's worth a shot.
It's worth if he has, which I don't think he's lost the locker room. I think
he definitely hasn't.
Has the locker room right where he wants. And the DJ seemed happy, and all the players. If everybody wants us, we'll be okay next year. We just got to fix a few. We have the pieces. We're not a bad team. We're really not. We're not. We have the pieces. We just can't put them together. And I highly doubt we'll put them together tomorrow, but we can only hope. But I'm okay with this. I'm okay. It's out. It's done. We don't have to worry about the coaches. The players can focus and lock in on hopefully having the biggest upset of the season. So that's what's gonna be. But yeah,
my big concern with Billy was, as you mentioned, is the offensive play calling, because that was the one thing that I think we regardless of whether Mertz got injured or not, I think personally Napier was the sole reason why they lost the Tennessee game. Red zone play calling was brutal.
Yes.
Execution was just as bad, but the play calling was brutal.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, but again, we had to we should have been up like 24-0 at halftime in that Tennessee game. We left so many points on the board at Tennessee game, and that was, you could blame it on the play calling, you could blame it on the execution, whatever had happened. It's in the past now. Let's just move forward from it. But I'm actually kind of glad Strickland dropped this news on us. Scott Strickland's our athletic director, for those who do not know. That's what I'm referring to. I'm glad he dropped this news because then, the players see the stuff on social media, right? So they're like, oh, shit, are we going to lose our coach and let me transfer? Ooh, I don't want to come there. Florida going to fire the coach. Or you have athletes on other team who potentially want to transfer in who see it. They're like, I don't want to. So I think just kind of clear the room, like he will be back. That's fine. We can focus in, finish this season, and hit the ground or hit the off-season running because, we're not making the playoffs. But it's all right. I'm not worried.
And this is a brilliant marketing strategy too. And now if Florida lands a huge recruit in the next couple of weeks, we are
projected to flip a 4-star quarterback from Florida State this coming week. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. DJ Lagway posted it on the story and tagged him with the eye emoji. So we'll see what happens with that. But if we can flip a good quarterback from FSU, I'll be okay. But that's all I know for right now.
But he would just flip just to sit behind Lagway? That doesn't seem.
You run the 2 quarterback system. Seemed to work.
Stop that! We already did this with Drew, and I'm not doing this again. No. And Merch should still be the starter if he never gotten hurt.
Oh, yeah,
Moving
he would
on.
be. Okay.
Mike, it's time you get the ramble. I don't even get to talk about Boston College anymore because we suck. But at least you two get to talk about your teams. I mean, also, at least I can talk about the Gators, but that's not the point.
Come on, Hurricane. Let's go.
Ride the waves, baby.
Ride the waves.
I mean, this is probably one of our toughest games the past, in the coming weeks. This is Syracuse and Georgia Tech. I mean, it's going to be in Georgia Tech, so it is going to be tough. I don't think Cam Ward is going to – I mean, he lost his streak already, but you just have 33 touchdowns and 3,000 yards. I don't think he'll do that good this game. Georgia Tech's defense is a lot better than their offense, but so is ours. But as long as we get that one stop, I think we'll win the game either way.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know how I feel about Miami at this point. I am so sick and tired of the Hurricanes because they're good. They're good, but they can be beat. They just keep they snuck by Virginia Tech, which I still think that was a touchdown. They snuck past Louisville, and then they snuck past Duke last. I can't believe I was rooting for the Blue Devils last week. God, what has happened to me? Anyway, Georgia Tech, I picked them week 0 to upset Florida State, but that's because I knew Florida State was a dumpster fire. So I'm not going to do that again. I think Miami's going to sneak by again. Close. But I think Mike is right. I think Miami's defense will make one more stop than the Yellow Jackets do.
Do you know who this man is? This man is an absolute animal. Let me tell you a thing or two about Jamal Hayes. This man didn't have a single rushing yard his first 2 yards of college. Ran for 1,000 yards last year. Went insane the first month of the season. And is still one of the best running backs in the ACC statistically. With that being said, he will have a great game. The defense will have a great game. Georgia Tech's passing game is going to suck in this game. And not only because Miami statistically has the best secondary in the ACC, not even that. It's the fact that their quarterback, King, he is scared to throw the ball. He has always kind of been dink and dunk down the field. And you got to make explosive plays if you want to beat Miami. That's what Duke tried to do in the first half. They tried to connect on a couple of those explosive plays. Once Miami's defense regrouped after halftime, it just became a slaughter. Expect something similar to this game being really close at halftime, but Miami will pull away in the end. Although, JaMychal Hayes, please do us a favor. Please.
He's a tough dude, man.
He's very tough. And he's actually good in NCAA 25, too. Thought I mentioned. One of the best running backs I've used in that game. Yeah, well, I think Hayes is a good game, but overall, I think Georgia Tech's offense, they're going to struggle in the passing game. And Miami, realistically, I think win by 10. I could see this being like a 34-24 type game. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy scoring. It's going to be tight at halftime, maybe like a 17-10, 17-13 game at halftime. Maybe even the Yellow Jackets have the lead, but it won't last because their offense and their passing game especially is too inconsistent.
Georgia Tech's quarterback's last name might be King, but Miami's quarterback is King.
Oh my God, Georgia Tech quarterback. It's something King.
Haynes King, I think.
Haynes King, that's right. It is Haynes King. Yeah.
Hey, Georgia Tech loves to upset, so be careful, Mike. But Cam Ward. Cam Ward is the most nonchalant quarterback I've ever seen play football. This dude just plays like he doesn't give a flying, you know what? And it somehow works. This dude, he's the most nonchalant quarterback I've ever seen play football. It's amazing. I hate him, but it's amazing.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm just
My last thing on Hayes King, by the way, 8 touchdown passes on the year. Only 8. We're heading into week 11.
Let's go.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're
It's a
passing you.
little wonky. So we're all going Hurricanes. Oh boy, we already planned this out. If Miami already loses, we're gonna have like Mike come on and like he's gonna look all droopy and sad with his hoodie up, and I'm gonna be playing a laughing track, and we're gonna try to make it a big thing if Miami loses, at least if we're on campus. But we're gonna try to make it a big thing. But I don't think this is gonna be the week though. On to game 2. My goodness. You know what, Florida? You can continue to get your airtime because me and Lennon, we love you so much, even though you absolutely suck and you are down to a third-string quarterback. Yeah. Unfortunately. I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off. It will be kind of close, but not really. I have Texas winning by 16.
I want to go last. Mike, go ahead. Just pick Texas already.
I mean, he's not wrong. I'm going to go with Texas here. Probably by 17. I was going to go by. I do think Florida will get like at least maybe probably 1 stop, but Texas will get 5. So, yeah, Texas.
You know, it's I've had this game circled for a very long time. And even with all of those names on our injury report, that's a lot of injury guys out and questionable. Jason Marshall Jr. out for the rest of the year. Eugene Wilson out for the rest of the year. Graham Mertz out for the rest of the year. Khalil Jackson's out for the rest of the year.
I didn't even know Eugene was out the rest of the year. Jesus.
Yeah, his surgery didn't go or was too extensive. He couldn't come back. Montrell Johnson Jr. is questionable. He hasn't played in 2 weeks, but that's fine. DJ Lagway, questionable. Damian George Jr., questionable. Cam Jackson. My point being is you know what, Grant? I have to stop making stupid picks.
Yes, quite frankly.
But that's not going to start tonight. I've had this game circled since the schedule dropped, and I said Florida was going to either get Georgia or Texas. We should have got Georgia last week. Texas is going to be sleeping on us, and the Gators win by 3. Gators win by 3, baby. Trey Smack game-winning 60-yard. No, I'm just kidding. But Cam Smack, Trey Smack, game-winning field goal. Give me the Gators, baby. All the players out. If DJ Lagway plays, I really do believe Florida has a chance. If he doesn't play, we're gonna get one out.
If Warner does start, would you like to flip it to Texas? I'm giving you that option.
Oh, I should probably take that, honestly.
For our record, if Lagway starts, you go Florida. If Aiden starts, you go Texas. Or are you going to stay confident with your team?
I honestly speaking, I should probably take that bet. But because it's a win-win. If I pick Florida, it's DJ plays and Florida wins, I get a game on you. If I pick Texas with Warner, we both lose that, and Florida wins, so we both lose that game, so it doesn't hurt us. I'm going to take that.
You're going to take that?
If Lagway plays, I'll pick the game. If Warner plays, give me the Texas.
Okay. I wanted to make that fair because obviously, we're filming this the night before, so it's like, we don't know. They're not going to announce Lagway's status until a half hour before kickoff, probably.
Yeah.
So.
I
wanted to give you that because I don't want you to get like screwed over if like Lagway is like a last second inactive. We're not like that here.
Yeah. But no, give me if DJ plays, give me the Gators by 3.
We're also guys, the Jaguars are beating the Lions in 2 weeks. You heard it here first.
Yeah, exactly.
I let delusion take over. I don't care if the Lions are 6-1. Yeah, we're beating them in 2 weeks. Watch out.
You know what? You don't get to celebrate when the Gators win. Just for that, you gotta have faith. You have faith.
I will be celebrating.
I have said Florida was going to get Georgia or Texas since week 0. I just had that.
You have.
I've had that. I said you're going to get Georgia, or we're going to get. Now, granted, I didn't expect to be on a third string quarterback by the time we got here.
Expect Texas to be this good.
Me, us.
You thought they were going to be the number 1 seed for that long?
Yeah. I have Oregon, Texas in the national championship, my guy.
Okay. That doesn't mean
Expecting they'd be ranked. It wouldn't shock me that they are.
I had Oregon, Ohio State as my national championship. And Drew had Oregon.
Legendary rematch.
Dude, I'm telling you 3 times.
What the hell did Drew have? Drew had Oregon versus someone.
Mississippi, Ole Miss.
That's bad.
Speak of the Rebels.
Speak of the Rebels. Hey, they're at home this week.
They are at home this week, and they're
So
rocking the
maybe
baby blue.
this doesn't go as poorly as we think it might. Ole Miss comes in ranked in at 16th. Desperately, they pretty much need to win out to make the college football playoff. As for Georgia, they are definitely going to be safe. If they lose another one, they will not fall out of the top 12. No way. Although Carson Beck, man, whoa, you got to limit the turnovers, my guy. 3 picks against Texas, 3 picks against Florida. This is a man who I came in saying he was going to be a top 5 NFL pick this April. At this rate, his status went from a first-round pick to maybe 3rd or 4th round. And Carson Beck also, he's got the age on a lot of quarterbacks, meaning he's kind of in Dylan Gabriel's boat. He's going to be hanging to the draft almost 25 years old. That's not what prospects want. And the fact Beck is making a lot of simple mistakes, especially in the Texas game, just a lot of easy reads for the defense. Carson Beck's he's concerning me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. This past month has been pretty shaky.
Yeah, he has. I'm like, I mean, he got his stuff together at the end of the Florida game, and even Texas game, Georgia still won by like 50 something.
Still won, but you're still turning over the ball.
Yeah, 6 turnovers in the last 3 games, 2 games. No, because they had a bye week. The last 2 games, that's not good. So, and listen, Ole Miss is in the same boat as Penn State is against Ohio State. They're a good team. They just can never beat the Bulldogs or Alabama. Lucky for them, they don't play Bama this year, I don't think. But they do got to play that team with the Green Bay Packers logo right there.
Grambling State logo.
True. Ole Miss, guys, I love you guys. I love Lane Kiffin. I guess he's not coming. But,
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it during the Napier segment. You were 100% convinced Lane was coming.
I was.
I told you. And I was the one who said he's staying at Ole Miss. Look who's going to be right.
Hey, he still can come. Just not next year.
A year later.
2026, I promise. But I'm going to pick – I think Carson Beck continues his turnover streak, but I think Georgia does enough offensively for it not to affect him. Really? Give me the Bulldogs in a close one against the Rebels.
I basically agree with Lennon. I think that their defense is going to make them win this game against Ole Miss. Georgia's defense proved how good they are against Texas. If they did that against Texas, I don't think Ole Miss is going to be able to do much at all. Texas had to put in Arch Manning to see if he could do anything. He still couldn't, so they put Ewers back in. Still sucked. This was also in Texas, I'm pretty sure. They did.
Yes, it was in Austin.
Georgia just went into Austin and destroyed the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah. Well, Texas has to stop shooting jerseys with the cannon. They did it. They shot a LSU jersey before the game in 2019, and LSU blew them out. Then they shot a Carson Beck jersey before their game against Georgia, and Georgia blew them out. So maybe Texas should stop shooting jerseys. But yeah, Georgia, Ole Miss, again, same boat as Penn State is versus Ohio State. They're good. They just can never get past that hump. I hope Georgia loses, but I don't see it happening this week.
And then there was one.
Do it.
So, Jackson Dart, let me tell you
I
something
do
about
think he's
this
better than
guy.
Carson Beck with that defense.
Let me tell you something about Jackson. There's a reason why. Yeah, screw you, Drew Aller. There's a reason why I said this man was going to win the Heisman. Now, that's not going to happen. Because I didn't think Cam Ward was throwing 33 freaking touchdowns this year. That's not the point. The point is, Jackson Dart, he is mobile. He has a rocket arm, and his accuracy is insane. Him and Trey Hayes is a problem. That is one of the best quarterback wide receiver combos. And to be honest, Ole Miss is still a very good team. I don't know how the hell they lost to Kentucky, but they're a really good team. That defense is solid. They can pressure the quarterback. They've been averaging a few sacks a game. But this game is going to rely on both Jackson Dart and Trey Harris. And Trey Harris, he only needs 13 yards before he breaks the 1,000-yard barrier. I'm going to say he does that. I'm going to say in a crazy instant classic, the Rebels take it 27-24.
Ooh. All right.
I'm emphasizing the fact he's going to set a mile.
Don't matter.
Ole Miss wins it. Jackson Dart throws 3 touchdowns. Ole Miss gets their swagger back. They come into next week in the top 15.
Right now, that guy's not thinking about that milestone at all.
Oh, I know. I'm just pointing out the fact. I have the statistics in front of me, so I'm just pointing it out. He ain't thinking that. I'm just saying he's going to catch one. He's going to do it on his first catch. He's got to break that 1,000-yard barrier on his first catch of the game. 13. That's doable.
Oh, yeah, easy. Run a little slant
Jet
out.
pass.
That's the first one right there.
Am I insane for picking Ole Miss? Realistically, am I insane? Okay.
No. I just think Ole Miss just can't beat the Bulldogs, just like Penn State can't beat Ohio State. It's just
Now we should also keep in mind if Ole Miss does miraculously win, that would put me 5. And if Flagway does play, potentially 6 games ahead with about 3 weeks to go. Does that scare you?
no, because the playoffs, anything can happen. I can easily make up 6 in the playoffs.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on most of them, just to
Okay. Well,
But,
listen, there's
if it-
disagreeing, and then there's making you look like an idiot. So you want to play it smart.
Hey, that fucking week, was it 9? Week
Yeah,
9.
week
effed
9.
me up.
You went like 1-4.
Yeah, week 9 fucked me up, man. That was stupid. You know what? I'm having fun. I'm still 31-23. I'm still.
Oh yeah, you're still. We're all well above 500. That's
But
always important.
still, it's painful.
Let's go, Dart. I believe in this man, and we barely gotten to talk about Ole Miss this year. This is only like the second or third time we've actually gone in depth. The last time I hyped up Ole Miss, they screwed me and they lost to LSU. Game-winning touchdown, by the way, is now the first clip you see in that intro I just made. Not the point. The point is, Ole Miss are going to get their redemption from that LSU game, and they are at home this time. They are not going to make me look like a moron, or at least I hope. At least if you lose in a one-possession game. At least.
Yeah.
Just don't make me look like the bad guy. All right, I'm going to be honest. When you saw this game at the beginning of the year, who was 9-0, who was 5-4? It ain't that weird.
It's a
Different season. And I guess, obviously we knew Michigan was going to struggle. I said that right out of the gate without McCarthy and Harbaugh leaving. They were going to be very mediocre. But, I mean,
running back.
Yeah, okay. He was very mid until the national championship game. And then he went off, and credit to him. He did go off. Yeah, and I feel like the rest of the college football world has been raving about how well Indiana has played, but they haven't played anyone really noteworthy. So we'd mentioned them at the end of the show, like, hey, they're still undefeated. We finally get to go in depth about this Indiana team. Now, they are a very good team, a very strong defensive team. They beat Nebraska. Oh, wow, and they put 50 up on Nebraska. That's crazy.
Yep, and do you know who they play next week? Ohio State.
Ooh. I hate to say they overlook.
They might.
They might. Potentially.
Michigan's not doing that good. They're like, what, 5-4?
Yeah. Michigan's 5-4. They just got blown out at home to Oregon, by the way. And again, I'm gonna say Michigan gets blown out. I'll go 3 touchdown performance by Curtis Rourke. Give me the Hoosiers 24-14.
I'll go Indiana too. They're 8-0 versus 5-4. Michigan's. Yeah, they even let's say they do overlook. Even if they do overlook Michigan, I think they'll still win the game. Probably by 14, 2 touchdowns.
14. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I was gonna play a song, but I'm not going to. I don't know. I like to do that because I'm weird. If I wanted to get every college football team's hat, so I could do but I only have Gator hats. So, yeah, dude. Like I said, if this was last year, I'm probably picking the Wolverines. If this was any year besides 2024, I'm picking the Wolverines. Indiana's not going to. They do got to play in Columbus next week. Which I do believe game day is going to go there. If Indiana wins and Ohio State wins this week, game day will be back in Columbus for Indiana, Ohio State. I'm calling that.
Oh, that'd be electric.
But Indiana. Go Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. And on to our last game of the week. Probably the game of the day outside of Ole Miss, Georgia. This is the primetime slot right at 7:30 on ABC. Alabama and LSU. And this is going to be a great game. This is Alabama comes in ranked in as 11th, LSU 14th. So
we have our first playoff elimination game. Loser doesn't make the 12th team. Winner still has a shot. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, imagine that. Alabama, LSU, one now on the brink of elimination. And I'm going to side with the team that will have a Tiger on the sideline for this matchup. Give me the Tigers winning by 7. And I've seen enough from Alabama to know that they are a great team, but something's off. This isn't the Bama of old. Jalen Milroe will play fine. Their defense will play fine. But they've won a lot of close games, and they've lost a lot of winnable games. I'm going to go LSU, but I would not be shocked if Alabama won.
Yeah, Grant, you are indeed correct. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry has given LSU the go-ahead to have a live Tiger in a cage, of course, on the field for the kickoff, which is what they did way, way, way back, almost a decade. It ended like a decade ago. They stopped bringing Mike out on the field, and it was cool because in NCAA 14, when you played at LSU as a rival, a cutscene show a rival player walking past the Tiger, and the Tiger would growl at him, and the player would jump. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's dope.
They don't make
video games like they used to.
No, they really don't. Listen, guys, I'll be the first to tell you, I cannot stand that team in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I cannot stand
the first one to tell us every time you hate a team. Anyway.
I guess what? I also hate Alabama too. I have picked LSU pretty much almost every game they've played this year, and they've been okay. They've done good. They let me down against A&M, but that was a really close. It was a really good game and a tough game. I've said it before. I say it again. Death Valley at night, tough place to play. Go Tigers. But Tigers win by like 17. I don't think it'll be that close.
Really? I don't think it's going to be a blowout at all.
LSU pulls away in the fourth quarter.
I'm going LSU for one simple reason. I match names with the Tiger.
Were you what with a Tiger?
My name is Michael. His name is Michael.
Oh, Mike the Tiger. Okay.
I love the great
the same
reasoning. Same game last week. Last week it was, the Panthers are my high school mascot. I love the reasoning here. Yeah, me going in depth, talking about the hell with the statistics.
Nah, bro.
The hell with that.
Tiger, bro.
Yeah. Hey, first of all,
I
I'm
don't like versus Al, bro. He wants to be named Al.
Big Al. Yeah. Hey, you know why Bama fans say Roll Tide, right? It's because they can't spell Go Elephants. Anyway.
I've heard you say that joke so many times. I knew that was coming.
I stole that from Google, but I don't care. It's funny. I saw Mike the Tiger in person as a closer at LSU. It's pretty cool. They're really sick, dude. Like, that's such a cool experience. If you haven't gone to a game at LSU, I highly recommend it because it was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
My friend went to the Ole Miss game. I'm still jealous. I'm still jealous to this day. I'm like, and then he went to the Buccaneer Saints game, and I'm like, hey, like, when the hell did you decide to go to Louisiana for a weekend to go watch football? Where's my invite?
Yeah, exactly.
I would have loved to do a vlog for Ole Miss LSU. What were you kidding?
Hey, Grant, don't worry. I'll take you to a game in the swamp, and we'll go.
I know. I got to make my way down to Florida so we can.
We'll go down
to the swamp, and we can go check out Daytona.
Yeah, we're gonna go to NASCAR.
Go to Disney. I know.
And then we can take a trip to New Orleans. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go walk down.
Moving on to other games that don't matter to the record standpoint. We got to point out the fact that 1-7 Kennesaw State is playing against 1-8 UTEP. So I know we just talked about UTEP and their jerseys. Yeah, I'm just realizing now that they're 1-8, and they kind of suck. But I think they're gonna pull this one out against Kennesaw State. I really do. Kennesaw State had that magical win on Wednesday a few weeks ago when they upset Liberty. Liberty has since lost the second game, showing that they were fraudulent all along. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Miners in this one.
Yeah, obviously it's a magical win, like you said. That game is just not correct. UTEP's going to win this. They both suck, but Kansas State's like the worst team in the nation out of the D1.
I think we saw the worst team in the nation on Thursday.
I don't think it's Kent State.
You don't think it's Kent State?
No.
You're insane. They got embarrassed by Michigan State.
I'm pretty sure Kennesaw State would have too.
Well, yeah, but
so
Kennesaw State would beat Kent State. I'd probably put good money on that. Not good money, but like I'd put
money on it, regardless. By money, I mean $1. Anyway,
yeah, exactly.
Moving on the shit that actually matters. 20th ranked Colorado on the road against Texas Tech. As we mentioned earlier on, we were going to mention this one. 6-2 versus 6-3. Winner. Realistically, winner is ranked, loser is not. I'm telling that in the Texas Tech standpoint of if they win, they're ranked. If Colorado loses, they're bounced. So, Texas Tech, you've got to imagine they are riding high after that win last week. And I just don't see, and I know Colorado's a pretty damn good team. Travis Hunter and Shadur Sanders aside, I know they're a good team. But I don't see how the Red Raiders lose momentum. I don't. And now they're at home after such a huge win.
I have Colorado winning this game.
Really? I have Red Raiders.
I mean, Texas Tech, yeah, they're good, but I think Colorado is just kind of feeling that, oh, damn, we're ranked now. surprisingly good, that we can beat good teams. I think that Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter understand that now, and they are going to win this game by a field goal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Patrick Mahomes College. That's
Yeah.
That's Travis Kelce wearing a Red Raiders head after Texas Tech beat Cincinnati because he lost a bet to Pat Mahomes. But I'm so sick of hearing about Colorado, and because this game doesn't count for our record, I feel more confident picking Texas Tech. So I'm gonna pick the Red Raiders to upset number 11. They're coming to. Is it in Colorado?
It's in Texas.
Oh, okay. So yeah, even better home field advantage. Sorry, prime time. You guys are back down the mid, or not mid. They're still good. I can't talk. They beat the shit out of Florida, but yeah, give me the Red Raiders in that one.
All right, one more game we'll talk about, and one really quick one. The quick one, as we mentioned last week, this is Penn State's whiteout game against Washington, 8:00 on Peacock. Penn State is going to destroy the Huskies, in my opinion. That one won't even be close. Penn State has looked very good outside of last week, and realistically, I don't think that loss against Ohio State affects them too much. They're going to definitely take down the Huskies in their whiteout game.
Yes. No. Penn State wins pretty big.
I got Penn State.
By the way, tickets are right now, the lowest ticket, $112. So if you want to go witness the whiteout in person, 112 smackaroos. That'll cost you to go down.
In Texas, and Texas A&M tickets are going for $1,000+.
That's crazy.
It's first rivalry game in like forever. First time they played in a long time.
Anyways, and then the last game we'll talk about, 5-4 Oklahoma against 6-2 Missouri. Hey, by the way, Maine had the 7-0 lead on Oklahoma. They scored on their first drive. Oh, we won't talk about the 62-point onslaught after that. They scored first. And let me say this. I'm going to say that even though Missouri is fraudulent, very fraudulent as we mentioned before, they are significantly less fraudulent than the Boomer Sooner.
Yes, even though, like Grant said, Missouri is fraudulent, they're not as fraudulent as Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Missouri's still a good team. I think Missouri is still good enough to be ranked.
I agree, and I think you know what I'm going to say.
Say you despise Oklahoma and you hope Missouri wins by 20. Saved it for you. There you go. There's your spiel.
No, I hope Missouri wins by 50. No. Missouri is fraudulent, but there are no bigger frauds than in Norman, Oklahoma. I think that's where they are.
I think I'm comfortable with saying this now. Oklahoma is the most disappointing college football team. And we'll do this last episode of the regular season. We'll do like a whole like fake awards thing. Be like, most surprising team. Like, and the most surprising team, that could be good or bad. Oklahoma might be in that category because, man, do they suck. And when they lose, they're on the road, so they're going to lose. Also, Missouri's at home, so they're going to win. And 5-5, and now you're fighting for your life to make a bowl game? That should not be the case for Oklahoma, but that is unfortunately the case. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to quickly wrap things up here. Hope you guys enjoyed Season 2, Episode 12 of Campus Gridiron, covering Week 11 this week. I love Lennon's confidence. If DJ is playing, he will be rolling with his team, the Gators, tomorrow, and obviously we both hoping for that Gator win. You also have Georgia, Ole Miss. Hook 'em, Dan. No, screw you. Ole Miss, Georgia is tomorrow. So is Alabama, LSU. We got not the best week for games, but a couple really good ones that you won't want to miss. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.